So you've been a marketing guy. What have you found has been really effective, especially as it relates to like social media, as it relates to, whether it's salesperson level or service, social selling to basically mitigate the need for really high advertising expenses since it's dropped off in so many markets nationally, maybe other than the year-end campaigns. But what sort of success do you guys have in your marketing efforts, and how are you guys using things like social media to blow it up?
We do limited social media advertising, to be honest with you. Basically some Facebook and Instagram type of stuff, and we get some success through that. And we, as myself at least, am starting to think about advertising more in the last month or so than I have in a long time. Really haven't had to do much marketing. As long as you had the car, people would find it, and then they'd come in and you'd sell them the car. So it's back to having to figure out those type of marketing where we're going to be successful. We've always had good success in the past with our True Cars and our Costco, where you give them a low number and bring them in and then build it back up and try to make a deal out of it. So we've turned those back on where we had those cranked down pretty low for quite some time. But with social marketing, we do it through Tacobi, and it's a lot of texting and a lot of back and forth, and we have some success with that. We had gotten into Spanish radio prior to the pandemic, and we stuck through it throughout the pandemic. And I don't know if it's a function of that advertising or a function of who was in the market to buy cars over this pandemic, but we saw our increase in our Hispanic sales go up at least 15-20% from where it was before. So as far as advertising, it's a good question, because we need to start figuring out how we're going to get people in the store again without just having the car. If everyone's got the car, you need a hook.
Right. And that's one of the things that always has made me crazy about advertising in the car business is like customers respond to the knee jerk, the crazy deals, the crazy ads. It's like, why do you guys have to respond to that? Like, can't you respond to something else? But to your point, those niche markets are, I think, so key. I've got a store in New Jersey who has they have an in-house leasing program for people with challenge credit or no credit. They're able to actually do in-house leasing for people with TIN numbers, right? So immigrants with the TIN numbers, and it builds up. It builds up their credit while they're also doing this in-house lease on a pre-owned vehicle. At the end of the 18 to 24 month range, they've got equity, and they're able to now go through a prime lender, but they're able to finance people with TIN numbers, and essentially they put together a ton of marketing around that, and it's Hispanic ads, and that community seems to be extremely loyal. And they'll try it, and then once they get a good experience, they go out and tell all their friends, and they're great for word of mouth. So I think you're onto something there. Is that something you could double down on?
Yeah, that sounds interesting. It's almost like they're creating their own future customers as well,
Hmm.
which is a great idea. Which I think we all try to do, is data mine our own people, and they're the easiest customer to sell. Somebody who's done business with you in the past.